It's a Granny versus Granny clash, which means this episode can go two different ways. One, two Grannies speed knitting, or two, we're gonna have the absolute brawliest brawl of the century. We start the episode with Momo about to get murked by Turbo Granny. But before Turbo Granny can do anything, Momo gets saved by a very familiar attack. I'm just praying that whoever threw this attack is more useful than the only other person we know who uses nail and hammer attacks. And she definitely is. Nailing Turbo Granny in the head, throwing her way back right off of Momo. And we get a look at, well, apparently she's a granny, but I mean, you know, I don't think I ever seen this, but that's a gilf if I've ever seen one. I'm sorry, but this is not the same granny we got in Momo's flashback. Like, look at this granny, look at this granny. Okay, we're all clear on this. Let's continue. We get a nasty little stare off between the two grannies. Turbo Granny, thinking she's the fastest thing in this universe, tries to hit her first with this speed attack. Little did she know, our freaking granny already drew a circle with nails. Why are these nails so much more useful than said other nails? Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this weird bat that turns into a pencil, I wasn't too sure about it at first, but she got Granny on lockdown. She can't even step out of the circle without catching on fire. Like, how did she even set that up? This fit, bro, this fit goes crazy hard. Like, this is not a grandma. But this stare down, though. Granny sparking up because she can't leave the circle. Grandma staring her down. Zero fear in her eyes, bro. This gave me goosebumps. What I wouldn't give to be in the middle of them right now. Look at this. Oh, Granny raises her head up. Bro, she is not playing around. And Granny hits her with that home run slammer. Slamming her right into the back of the circle and not giving her a chance to move. Just keeps bashing her in, smacking her around. Just like you should be doing to that subscribe button. I mean, Granny going crazy on Turbo Granny's face. Literally telling her to stand her ground because Turbo Granny ain't got nothing on Granny.
Now the old hag calls an old hag a dirty old hag. I hate hypocrites.
This really wasn't even a fight. It was more like a massacre. Turbo Granny was not ready for all this shade. Turbo Granny lets Granny know that if she dies, Glasses dies with her. Granny says, who asked? Lighting Turbo Granny and Glasses up, killing both of them. The nerve on Granny. Bro, this fight was quick, don't get me wrong, but it was nasty. I'm sorry, I need more Granny v Granny. Momo wakes up in her bed and runs down to her grandma, hoping and praying that she didn't kill Glasses yet. Grandma's sitting like this, wearing this. Down bad for this Granny, I ain't gonna lie. Granny tells Momo that what's left of Glasses is in the shrine. Momo heads out sprinting, hoping and praying that some part of him is still alive. Glasses! Boy, am I glad to see you. Not gonna lie, this show without Turbo Glasses definitely would have not been near as good. Like the great friend she is, she slams the door right in Glasses' face. We get a little flash into Granny's past, learning that she was once called the 100-kilometer-an-hour Granny. In my American head, that sounded really fast, so I searched it up, and I found it's quite literally only 63.127 miles per hour. I guess that's fast for a human, but it makes it seem a whole lot less scary when I know I can get in a car and drive away from her.
Fuck you! Get the fuck away from me!
Oompa would have never let that happen. Rip Oompa. Quick Google search over here, and I found out that a cheetah is faster than Turbo Granny. This is just world breaking. She could get outran by a cheetah. How crazy is that? They start creating a plan to beat Turbo Granny. This plan is simple. Play a game of tag. Granny is so fast that she will accept any challenge of a race thrown her way. Now, they don't even have to beat her in the race. Grandma explains that Turbo Granny is a bound spirit, which means she is strongest in the location she is bound to. If they were able to lure her out of the city, she would become much weaker and much easier to fight. During this, Momo's grandma decides to drop the fact that she has the power of a god. I mean, what god drives circles, first of all, and second of all,
what?
They just drop this fact and then they like really don't touch on it again, which I think is freaking crazy. But Demon Slayer fans, get ready for this training arc. Yay. Thankfully, while Glasses is taking a dookie right in front of Momo, Turbo Granny says that Glasses and Momo get no more time. They have to cut him to the tunnel tonight or Turbo Granny will kill Momo's grandma and everybody that Glasses walked around. Thank God. I am not a fan of training arcs, but I am a fan of Granny v Granny fights, so I'm hoping to see that again. Momo's getting ready for the fight and whips out the nastiest fit that the show has offered up yet. And I'm gonna say it, this next episode is going to be so freaking fire. This is going to be kicking Turbo Granny's cheeks. I can't wait for it. This Granny v Turbo Granny episode was actually my favorite so far. Now, there was probably actually the least amount of action in this episode compared to the last 2 episodes, but the Granny v Granny fight, like, not just saying that both of them are just extremely attractive, which they are, and was a very good part of the fight, but the fight was just so one-sided, and you'll love to see that, especially when we fear Turbo Granny so much. I'm really excited for the next episode. I'm going to try to drop it a little bit faster since this episode is going to be a little bit quicker because not as much happens in this episode. The next one's a big one, so if you guys aren't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If it made you smile in the episode, let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, make sure to stay freaking frosty. Peace.